Hey everyone, Pure Insanity here. This video is a helpful guide to Dragon's Dogma 2 Unmoored World. This video is to help you understand what's going on in the Unmoored World so you don't have to lose hours restarting for full completion. There are only minor spoilers and a lot of it you'll find out really quick anyway, but if you don't want any spoilers at all, then turn off this video right now because we're going to be jumping right into it in just a few seconds. When you enter the Unmoored World, the world is overcast in red skies, foreboding of the impending doom by dragonfire. Melve is currently destroyed, and it's your duty to rescue and save the rest of the cities. The rivers and oceans are basically gone, dried up, and those areas now contain undead enemies. Tip number 1 is rest as little as possible. The first location is destroyed on the 5th day, and I know normally speaking when I get to a new area or something that I'm a little bit more cautious about, the first thing I'm going to do after I complete something is I'm going to go rest at the inn to get that save. But in this case, that is a bad thing. Don't do it unless you absolutely have to, because you're on a timer that's based on days. The challenge then becomes getting your max HP back. And there's a few things you can do to work around this that aren't too difficult. With the pawns that you hire, just dismiss and rehire them again to recover their max health. Now, that does mean that they might have leveled up and it might cost a little bit more RC, or they can have different vocations, different skills, so do make sure to check them out and don't just immediately assume they're going to be the same pawn that you want in your party. For your main pawn, that of course doesn't work, but you can immediately recover your pawn if they're forfeit. So throw your pawn off a cliff or something. Grab them when you're near a ledge, throw them off the cliff, let them forfeit, then go touch that wrist stone. You'll immediately get them back, and that way you don't have to use anything or worry about losing a fight because their max HP is continually drained. Now, for your own max health, use wake stones. Of course, don't purposely try to die to use wake stones, but you're going to be using wake stones anyway, which gets us into tip 2. There are no autosaves. Normally speaking, this wouldn't be a big issue and you would just rest more frequently, but since you're on a timer and you're resting as little as possible, you could lose a lot of progress if you have to restart. This can really catch you off guard in the beginning of the Unmoored World since you're used to autosave happening all the time, so it's easy to play for a few hours. You accidentally have a death, you fall off a ledge or something, you don't use a wake stone, you're normally thinking you're just going to start, maybe 15 minutes earlier at most, but all of a sudden it'll take you back to the beginning when you started and entered the Unmoored World. So, use wake stones. Have at least one thief on your team with pilfer. The mobs in the underworld frequently have wake stone shards stolen from them, and even if you don't need wake stones, pilfer is still gonna help with rare materials for your weapon upgrades. If you run out of wake stones or you're not happy with your progress at any point, don't worry, you can always restart from the last save after resting or from the beginning of the Unmoored World. Tip number 3. The Worm's Life Crystal NPC and the other armor/weapon vendors get new items in the first few days. Check the vendors after you rest if you don't have the gear you're looking for yet. Tip number 4. You don't have to do any of the quests to save the cities in the Unmoored World. So I said minor spoilers only, so I'm going to leave it at that. and you can figure out the rest. Those are all the tips that I have for you right now. I hope you find them helpful and they help you conquer the unmoored world.
If we can get in close enough, the moment it comes to a standstill, we might just be able to fly the monster.
Very well, I must. Strike hard enough, you might not have to do this twice.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
This chance to strike it.
Saved again. I'll redeem myself
The creature is defeated. Here's hoping this will be enough to forestall the Red Cloud's advance for a while.